Hi, this is Susan Colby. I'm going to talk to you about your assignment for Module 4. And Module 4 is about choosing aligned instructional strategies. When you're moving from a face-to-face course to online or hybrid, this can probably be one of the most challenging areas. Quite often our assessments stay the same. Possibly we're still using some of the high-quality ways we communicate with students, but we often are going to have to make some real transitions in how we use instructional strategies in our classroom. So, again, we're going to be completing the final portion of our Agile Teaching Strategies chart. By now we've got some course organization ideas, community building and communication ideas. We've had our aligned assessment plan converted into this chart, and now we're going to add on the instructional strategies that go along with that assessment plan. A little bit of backwards design again. After you're all completed, you're going to actually post your final completed Agile Teaching Strategies chart. You're going to highlight the areas you want targeted feedback from your teammates, and you're going to add a little bit of a discussion about it on in the discussion forum. You're also going to respond to two teammates and offer your recommendations to them for their charts. This will be our final step for this course. We're going to start again with the aligned assessment plan because that's how we decide what our aligned instructional strategies should be. So as you're thinking about it, how do those formative activities actually become your instructional strategies? And hopefully you've watched quite a few of our aligned assessment videos. I think they'll be helpful for you thinking about how to brainstorm what are the instructional strategies that go along with your assessment plan. You always want to be thinking about, do these instructional strategies support my students so that they'll be successful in achieving that summative assessment and, of course, the course goal? And then, what tools will I need to accomplish my goals? What am I going to have to change so that I can do these things in hybrid and online environments? So we've prepared quite a few resources for you. This is our common instructional strategies across delivery options. In my very first video, I talked a little bit about how you have to flex from face-to-face and think through things like discussion or case study activities for a different type of environment. This particular chart will give you some ideas for specific instructional strategies like interactive lecture, discussion, case studies, projects that can be adapted in all the course delivery options. You don't have to write about all the options. Choose the ones that you will use, whether it's rotating student groups, whether it's totally synchronous online. Those would be the things we would expect to see in this chart. So this is a very helpful document. You also have a teaching guide page, which I've talked a lot about on the CAA website, and we have links in the As You Learn site for Agile. This will have actually some real information. If you scroll down, you can't see it here, but on how to lecture interactively with embedded links to resources, how to use tools to help you facilitate high-quality discussions, how to think about projects with students and what those resources and tools might be. So again, I would start by reading the teaching guide. I think that'll help stimulate some ideas for your own instructional strategies section. UNC System provided funding for a lot of faculty around the state to develop some very robust course resource tools. You can see the courses that they've actually developed those tools for. We have a link to this site. If you are in chemistry, biology, microeconomics, anything you see on this particular slide at this moment, you really want to check out these resources. They've been developed by faculty peers, and they're very well designed. And that would be helpful for content. We also have a Google site that, again, goes through common instructional strategies that many of us use in our courses: lecture, discussion, problem-based learning to include debates, projects, case studies, and then just different ways that you might use these instructional strategies. So this can also be a very helpful Google site of resources if you're just looking to learn a little bit more about what are your options when we talk about instructional strategies. After you've gotten some of your ideas down, and you'll probably be relying a lot on what you've already done in your face-to-face courses, you'll need to think about the tools that you're going to have to learn and use to be successful. Again, you've seen this slide before. Think about your toolbox and what you're going to need to be able to do to help students do the case study, work in the debate, all of that type of thing. And last, but once again, we have the technology toolbox. This is by sections in the Agile Teaching Strategies chart. And we have our final section on the As You Learn site that has a lot of how-to videos. So if you need to learn Screencast-O-Matic or Flipgrid, we have a lot of how-to videos there. So these are some of the resources we have. Again, you're going to be completing the instructional strategies portion of the Agile Teaching Strategies chart, posting it all to a discussion forum, and then doing an asynchronous discussion. So good luck, and we'll see you at the end of the course.